Okay, so we have spoken about two-point perspective and how you sketch a lot recently. How can you improve? How can you keep getting better? I think using things like this, so this is off Pinterest, trying to find shapes on the internet that you can copy is a great way. Different sketches that people have done before is a great way to kind of imitate and try and understand how they've presented it. Here we've got a basic cube with some cylinders intersecting it, so thinking about how the lines work in perspective and in different sizes, orientations, etc. You could add some cones in there, you could add some spheres in there potentially. It's really going to help you to better yourself and to understand how perspective works. So these are really simple shapes, but put together look quite complex and interesting. So that's definitely one way to do it. Another way is kind of everyday objects. So I've been using these highlighters. You could take one of these, you could place it down, and you could think about putting a bit more perspective into it. So if I was to take this one as an example, I could think about, okay, so if I look at it from that cross section, we've got a square or rectangle. From this cross section, a much longer rectangle. So what I might do is I might think about probably building something like this. Remember, we always want to try and work inside something. So there, in terms of perspective, in terms of scale and proportion, it's probably okay. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it will kind of do the job to help me to then start building into this. We've got this part on top as well, which you might want to think about. So maybe it's about, I don't know, there, and we can draw vertically up here and vertically up here, and we're going to add this in, and that extends out in this direction. Not that far, this base face on that top piece there. Okay, so we've got that hashed out. Obviously we've got some radii, so I'm probably being a bit too keen with how I've done it. We'd see that end part. We know that is sticking out, it's a little bit smaller, so we could give ourselves an outline here, like this at the end, and we could extend that out to give ourselves the rounded piece. What we'd actually see is we wouldn't actually see very much of it. And all of a sudden, we're in quite a good place. We know this part, the lid, ends about there, just past it. Right, all hashed out, we're quite good. So now we can think about, we've got these rounds. So we've basically got 4 circles, a circle there, 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 and there. And we think about our ellipse. If I was to draw something like this, hopefully this makes sense to people. I could then put a small ellipse on here, a small ellipse on here, a small ellipse on here, and a small ellipse on here. And I know that when I draw around, that's going to give me a nice kind of radius for my highlighter. Now I've learned that I've made a mistake there because actually these circles are far bigger. Okay, so if I was to do it again, I would know that, but we're just kind of hashing it out. I can then go down to the end, I can follow this line along all the way. I'm gonna have some circles on the end here as well. That's going the wrong direction. Those are ones I'd see, and then I can bring that up over, and we're starting to get the basic shape. The back part we don't know just yet because we're going to play with this top part. So here, what have we got? We've got a tapered section. Okay, so if I was to give myself a little on the side, I know that it's going to come down to about there, so I can draw that line, and I can do the same on the back, which goes across. So I know that we're coming down to about there, like so. Draw across the top. That's the top section of that. Give it some thickness. Comes out and up and meets something like that. And there is our little clip. Again, proportionally not right, but you get the idea. Now we can work out that's going to there. We can now start seeing that the other side. So we can extend our highlighter like so. We've got this bit that sticks out at the end as well. It's quite a complex shape. There's multiple rounds on there. Technically, we'd only see this front one and this top part. Drag that across there. And there's the piece that is sticking out from, if I'm looking at it from that perspective for you. Obviously our lid as well, that can be quite dark because we've got a split line there where the cap comes on. And very, very quickly, we can start to make this work quite nicely. Now, we could say that this is our initial shape, okay, our initial sketch. And what you would technically do, have I got a spare piece of paper? Probably not. What you could then do is, let me get a piece of paper. You could pop this over the top after maybe outlining it. So say we wanted to outline this like so. I'm just going to do this really, really quickly. Like this, down there, this down there. Along, up, around, back to here, out, and there. And then that becomes our sacrificial piece, and we can chuck a piece of paper over the top. And we can now improve this. So we knew that our front piece, the circles were too small, so we could draw our box again, like this. But this time we could make the circles much bigger, or ellipses, sorry, much bigger. Keep them all the same size. And now when we draw around it, it's hopefully going to be a little bit more of an accurate representation of the cap. Okay, I've done it very quickly, but you get the idea. We could also extend this. So we can see our bottom line through there was originally there. Let's say the cap we wanted to be a bit further along, and we wanted to extend this part all the way down, so we've got a little bit of a longer clip. That's another way we could do it. Okay, and it's really, really helpful for us to be able to quickly proportion stuff up. So I'm not going to spend any longer doing this, but you kind of get the idea of how you can then trace over things to help you and improve your style. Obviously, on top of that, you can work on your shadows, you can work on textures, so you could start adding some details. We've got these kind of like the barcode, potentially you want to add the barcode in, think about angle for the letters, so maybe you want to put the name, the paper, plus copy, etc. in the right proportion, the right style, the right perspective. All of these things will help you to communicate an idea much better and hopefully improve as well. So utilizing sketches that are already out there, things on Pinterest, things on Behance, things on Lemonouche, things on just Google Images, definitely a great way to work. And of course, real life products, highlighters, pencil sharpener, rubber, pens, whatever you've got lying around. What have I got over here? Maybe a little hard drive, potentially. Could be quite good. Calculator, whatever you fancy. Have a little go, keep practicing, keep working on it, and you'll become very, very competent.